Hello everyone, welcome. In this video, let's explore how we can use KataGo in Sabaki to set up handicap games against KataGo. I think this can be one of the best ways for you to play without getting online, as long as you set up KataGo on Sabaki, and it could be a good way for many of you to improve. Most amateur players might be a little unfamiliar with handicap games. Personally, I was always a skeptic until I spent 2 years basically just playing handicap games against my teacher, who was a professional player. I did that for almost 2 years until I improved from amateur 4 dan to amateur 5 dan, which is usually considered the hardest leap, right? The gap between 4 dan and 5 dan is much bigger than the gap between 3 dan, 4 dan, 2 dan, and 3 dan. It's where most young players get stuck. And by playing handicap games, you can learn how to defend, number one. And number two, you can learn some of the really aggressive but very effective moves from your much stronger opponent. In our case, it'll be KataGo. You'll be learning some very nice moves from KataGo if you play enough of these games. So without further ado, what we'll do today is just to look at the setup. We can look at how many points or how big of an advantage each of the handicap setup can give you. So we already have this installed. If not, please check out lesson 900 for how to set up KataGo on Sabaki. This is only for a Mac computer. There should be other tutorials out there for Windows PC. So just make sure KataGo is running, and then we'll just go to info. Right, so these are the standard ways to set it up. We'll start with 9 stones. Sorry, the screen share is cutting it off, but this is 9 stones. And normally, when you play handicap games, it's actually about even, right? So the standard komi, if there is a standard, I mean, it's never used in tournaments. It's never used to, decide who wins millions of dollars. But the standard way really is a 0.5 komi, meaning black only has to gain 181 out of 361 intersections on the board. It's only half. You only need to defend half in order to win. So it's not a very high bar to cross. And at this point, what we can do, right, so it's white's turn. White is on top, right? You can select this by clicking on this. So white is on top now. And what we'll do is just toggle analysis, right? You can go to engines and then toggle analysis. So of course, if you look at the percentage, it's going to be dead zero. It's very difficult for white to have any chance, right, if the players are about even strength. But we can go to view and show heat map. I want to see the score lead. So what is this lead? Can't even see. It's 3 digits. Okay, we see it here. It's negative 114, right? So that means 9 stone handicap gives you a 115 point lead, basically. That's how big of an advantage that is. Now we can try all these other stones, right? We can look at 8 stones, then toggle analysis, right? This is about 102, right? If white plays at the green spot, which is recommended, right? This approach, right? So it's all 102, maybe one. It's about 100 points. Still cutting off a digit, right? Just try each one. You can try this, of course, on your own as well. So this is the setup for a 7-point handicap. Let's look at it, right? It's about another 12 points off, actually, right? We're down from 100, 102 to about 88, 89. That's good to know. So when you play these games, maybe at the end, say you're leading by 115 points in the 9 stone handicap, maybe you'll just end up winning by 20 or 30, right? And that shows you the power of KataGo. So it was about a 6 stone handicap. Yeah, about 76 points. Right, really, it's about, each stone is about 12 points so far. But I think it's going to drop more dramatically as the number of stones decreases. Just a guess. So we're down from 75. Okay, I think I'm more or less accurate. Right, this is a 14-point drop. Oh, wait long enough. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 60. Yeah, it's either the approach or the 3-3 invasion. Right. Now it's calculating, right? You see the ones on the side actually is smaller, meaning it's a smaller disadvantage for whites. But it's not calculating it enough, right? It's calculating all over the board. But my guess is that the green spots where AI is calculating more is still the best spots. It's still better than the negative 60, like on the side. If it does enough of these calculations, and when AI is doing this kind of whole board calculation, your computer's battery is going to get really hot. So that's another thing to watch out for. If it gets really hot, you should take care of your computer, take care of your battery, and just stop for a little bit, give it a break, give yourself a break, and then come back to this. Because another good thing about training offline on Sabaki with KataGo is that it doesn't have any time limits, right? You can take all the time in the world. You can start KataGo, stop KataGo, join, leave anytime you want. It's very flexible and more relaxed than playing with other players online. So that's a 5-stone handicap, about a 60-point lead, down from 75, about 4 stone. Okay, now we're back to a 12-point drop, right? It's about a 48-point lead. Still pretty big, still pretty big. But I doubt if I can hold this lead against KataGo. We'll try eventually. Hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate like how I will do against KataGo on a 4-stone handicap. Okay, a couple more to go. Doesn't work. I think you have to stop it first. Sorry about that. Okay, 3 stones. What's our guess? Maybe just 30 points at this point. Yeah, right. Occupying the corner is actually really big. So this is going to be a 32-point lead for black. And I'm pretty sure I cannot hold this lead against KataGo. KataGo is simply too strong at this point for any human player. So 2 stones going to be a 15, 20-point lead. Yeah, it's still a 20-point lead, but I don't think any human player, I think vast majority, well, maybe all human players will fail to hold this lead against KataGo. Of course, a 20-point lead is huge in professional games if your opponent is human, but probably not going to happen. KataGo is simply too strong. So that's it, right? And if it's no stones, then it's really just a 6 point, just about a 6-point advantage, right? With no komi. So these are the standard ways, right? These are the standard ways that we can set it up, and there are non-standard ways that we can practice, right? Because if you go with these standard ways to set up handicap, you only get to practice how to defend your star points. But sometimes you might want to defend 3-4 points in real games. And how do you do that? There's a way for you to do it, actually. You don't have to select the handicap in the info section. You can do it by going to edit on top. And then there's toggle edit mode where it's Command E. It's the same, right? Then you open this up. So it's really Command 1, right? You Command 1, you can switch between, or you can click here, right? Now black is on top, I click again, white is on top. So you can place white stones when white is on top, and you can click black when black is on top. And the commands are similar, right? Command Z will just remove whatever you just did. So what you can do is basically add stones on the board like this. Now we can still do this, right? We go to info. You don't have to do any handicap here. Komi is okay, right? We can play a 4-stone handicap against KataGo. Let's just attach KataGo. We'll play as black, right? So KataGo 2, this is the KataGo 1, right? It was the one that we used to analyze the board. KataGo 2, here's the white stone symbol. That means it is ready to generate a move for us. So it is playing based on the info, which is no handicap. Oh, sorry. That is so weird. Why is it black? Because because it was black's turn. That's why I asked you to generate move. But make sure you click here, right? You can click here and make sure it's white's turn. White's on top. So, okay. Just cancel that move. Now generate move. It should generate a move for white. Yeah. So, takes a, yes. Okay, so it takes a little bit of adjustment. Sometimes there are errors that you make, but fortunately, it will be early on in the game. So this is how you practice, right? How to defend 3-4 points. Because now KataGo is going to come at you. And that is, of course, another way for us to play any custom handicap games, right? You can do more than 9, of course. You can add more stones anywhere you want, right? And practice against KataGo, right? This is also fine, I think, for KataGo. And another thing you can do is reverse Komi. So, of course, this will give black more than 100, but you can do reverse Komi of negative 100. And what happens now is that we can look at the point advantage. Oh, I think I just gave negative Komi, so it's 200. It's 100 plus 100. It's not canceling out. Sorry about that. Right. Now let's give white 100 points in Komi. And what happens is that, yeah, it's only a 76 point lead for black in this situation. Whereas without the 100 point Komi, it will be a 176 point lead on the board, right? So we can manipulate the Komi and kind of maybe incentivize KataGo to play a little harder. But I don't think that matters. KataGo will still go with the best moves that you can find on the board and play most of the end game until it resigns. So it's still going to be a good way for you to practice. So this is how you customize it if you do not want to follow the standard stone handicap. And I think that's it for an intro to how to use KataGo for handicap games for your own learning. And I'm hoping to demonstrate how to play handicap games against KataGo here on my channel because, again, we can learn both how to defend and how KataGo can chip away at your dozens of points of advantage. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching.